Right, so welcome back to Adventure 82. We're at Hal Davis Park today. They're doing a thing that did it last year. I couldn't get in, couldn't find anywhere to park, called Dreaming Trees. If I rotate the camera around for you guys, you'll see, look at this, they've lit up all the trees. It's not just about the lit up trees, mind. It's also to teach you about the trees themselves. So there's bits around to teach you about the trees and the uh, kind of CO2 carbon emissions thing all feeds into it to teach you to look after the world, plant more trees, what trees do for us, what we can do to help them, and so on. Yeah, Charlotte?
There's strings and trees before through those lines.
Yeah.
They kind of look like vines.
Yeah, they do look like vines.
They're green, so they kind of look like vines.
They do look like vines. You can hear the mystical kind of magical music as well they've got going on here.
In the bushes, by the way.
It's really quite cool. Like I said, I didn't get to see this last year. Erica did come with the kids, but I wasn't able to come in because I couldn't park. So I had to drop them off, wait for them, and then they came back. So this time I was actually able to park. So I thought I'd also share this with you. And it's a stunning thing. Now, Hal Davis Park, which is where this is, does have a bit of history to it. It was left to the people of Jersey by a gentleman called T.B. Davis. Hal Davis was his son who died in the First World War. And when Mr. Davis died, he left this place named after his son to the people of Jersey and the surrounding grounds. The more interesting thing, though, is how he got hold of the grounds in the first place. Because, hang on, I'll switch this back to me. Because the way you got hold of these grounds is this used to have a grand house on the grounds owned by a Jurat. Jurat Fall, his name was. And Mr. Davis was caught as a child playing in the grounds. Mr. Fall wasn't too impressed in playing in his grounds, so he put the children to work. He sent Mr. Davis's friend home with a letter to his parents, and then he proceeded to keep Mr. Davis here and put him to work cleaning shoes in the cellar. Once he eventually let Mr. Davis go home, just before he left, I'll switch back now because it's quite dark, Mr. Davis had some choice words for him because he was a well-spoken but I suppose quite rude for the time child. And he turned around and he told Mr. Fall that one day when he became rich and he was going to come back and he'd buy his, word I can't say on YouTube, house, and he would demolish it brick by brick. Mr. Davis, as a person, joined the army and he went away and he made his fortune in a completely separate country to Jersey. But once he made his fortune, he did come back a very rich man, and he made good on his word, and he did indeed come back, and he bought this house, and it was taken down brick by brick, but he wasn't here to see it happen because he had to go back to the country he'd visited Jersey from to buy this house to to sort out his business. So he entrusted his friend to make sure the building was taken down brick by brick. And much to his dismay, when he came back, his friend hadn't done the job he'd hoped for because there was actually still some of the house standing. There was bits left. Mr. Davis was not impressed, at least most of which because one of the things that was left was the cellar. The cellar actually does indeed still survive, but it's now the Hal Davis hall, where you can hire it out now for events like weddings, and such like.
Daddy,
Yes.
before when we were going past the tree, I saw one of the, what was it called? Speakers that was making the music. It was hidden behind a tree.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're hiding. They're hiding
We
it.
appear to have lost Mummy.
Yeah, they're always with. Look at that.
Don't? Yeah, we might have to step to one side for it and let Mummy catch up, to be honest. So, if we come round here for a moment.
Daddy.
Hang on, guys. There we go. Right, so, just waiting for Erica to catch up, because we've lost her somewhere. Wow, that's a bright light, look at that.
Daddy.
But, yeah, so we're going to wait for Erica to turn up. The main part is through here, so you can see it's quite the queue coming round to go in. So I'm waiting for Erica to catch up before I rejoin the queue and go in. Charlotte, no.
What?
But very pretty fountain there, if you can block the bulb up. There we go. So you can see how it lights up the water now if I put my hand in the way. That's really quite cool.
Daddy.
Yes.
Well, I was just like imagining, I have nothing to do with how they talk, but like, I don't know why, but like, they've put like these like lantern-y kind of things on a house that doesn't even belong to them.
Right. I'm trying to see if anybody's saying anything, but I can't figure out how to do it. I've not done live stream much before, so you'll have to bear with me with that one, I'm afraid. I'm trying to see how you do it, but it doesn't seem to show me. So, right, I've got it all visible at the moment so other people can see the messages. What I will do is I'll see if we can find the messages afterwards. I've just noticed, yeah, there's fish in there. I can't pick them up on the camera, but there's actually fish in there. We found Blade. There's Blade and Erica. And there's the other two. I came out this way waiting for you because you have to queue to go in. So, right, we can rejoin the queue now, guys. As you can see. You can see some of the lit up trees here. This is where we came round. We're going to have to rejoin this queue now. We've caught up with Erica. And, right.
Daddy, I know this is like a big different subject, but like, why have they, in the corner here, they haven't put kind of lights, and they've just put normal lights. Look at the moon.
Right, so, look at that moon up there too. That's quite cool. Right, I'm waiting to get through to the actual proper trees.
Daddy, look
But
at
as you can
that.
see, it's a queue. So it's taking some time. These lights are quite bright, so on occasion when I'm trying to show you stuff, it looks like there might be times, if I switch this back to me for a moment, there might be times whereby the lights might be too bright. What I do find is quite cool as I'm looking from here, is look, you can see the lights. I'll have to fix it up really well on the phone screen or not camera, but you can see the light shining up into the sky. Looks like something out of
Look it up at the tree.
Hollywood film or something.
Daddy, if you like if you look up at the trees, it looks more colourful.
So we're trying to get through to over there, but it's taking its time. What, the patterning on the grass? Erica likes patterning on the grass. So, see, we've got Erica here. Charlotte won't go away, much to my dismay.
And Nick
But yeah,
is
no.
hiding behind the camera, hiding from the brightness.
Right, so you can see now we're getting to the light up bit. We're making our way slowly there. It's a very slow process. I don't know whether they're marking how many people are going in or if they're monitoring the amount of people in the garden grounds, but that is pretty cool. What now?
Daddy,
Charlotte's back.
I know
Right.
this is like.
Look how long this queue is.
I know this is like a really weird.
That blue's quite eerie on camera.
I know this is like a really weird
You like that?
question, but like, why does it look like there's like a random smoke?
No, that's what I'm saying. It looks like there's smoke coming through the air, so I'm interested to see if there's like some kind of like smoke machine or something in there. I think this could actually be quite impressive. So we'll have to see.
Hey, stop it!
Once we get through here, I'll also be able to show you the Howard Davis Hall that I mentioned to you before. You can see the light beam now. We're not so close. It doesn't glare at the, which is quite cool. And it's showing you this pattern, as you can see, almost like a tree on the grass, which is quite cool.
Look at that.
This is pretty awesome. I think it'd be better if you didn't have to wait so long in queue, but there's not much you can do about that. I think
It looks like they were shooting
it might be just
stars.
down to the amount of people that have come, if I'm honest. So we'll have to see,
Look at that. Look at that.
because it's very directed, but it's very pretty. I'm hoping once we get past the queue, switch round, there we go. I'm hoping once we get past the queue, I'll be able to show you the full experience of the Dreaming Trees, but it's the queue that's holding everything up at the moment. So we're having to make do. We've got it slightly bit better now, look at that. You've got some lit up gardens there, that's quite cool. The main event is through here, through that doorway there. That's what we're trying to get to eventually. But we'll have to have it slowly edging our way down the queue. It's always the same when you're in a queue, isn't it? It always seems to take forever.
The tree's changing colour.
All the
Go
trees,
red, orange, and yellow.
but all the trees are changing colour, you nutter.
Look at the ones over there. They're just pouring colours.
So what do you think of the trees, Blade? You saw last year's, I didn't. Is this the same or is it better?
I mean, everything's the same.
Except for that.
What? What's different about the skyline?
Is this different to last year, Erica? You saw it.
Yes.
So what's different?
The music's different for a start. This one is about trees talking to each other.
Talking to each other.
Yes. How they dream and
Right, how they dream.
things.
How they dream. Trees dream,
Yeah.
do they?
Look at that.
Creatures, so that's two
It's telling, Daddy, look, it's telling you what the trees
Okay,
are.
Blade said he's not surprised because they are creatures, so they do sleep. Trees sleep. I'm feeling really dumb now.
Daddy,
Yes.
they're marking the trees, saying what trees they are. I know that has like nothing
So-
to do with how different parts. But it actually tells you what the name of the tree is.
What is the name of the tree?
I
Bob?
don't know, but it's over there. Like over here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So apparently the trees have names. I didn't know this.
It's called warm wishes.
What?
That tree's called warm wishes.
Warm Wishes.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice name for a tree. Do you like the name more? Don't know. See, there's Blade.
It's a
He's trying to be a hoodie.
I can't tell. I can't tell what the other part of the name is. But the beginning of that tree
Yeah.
is Eliana.
Aliana.
Eliana for
Where
a
are,
tree.
where are they getting these names from?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I do know a YouTuber who's called Eliana, though. I had nothing to do with
Don't
that
mention
tree,
other
but, like,
YouTubers on my channel, you cheeky man.
yeah. Oh, look. There's a far tree there.
There you go, right, so we've got some palm trees. We're almost there now. We've actually almost made it
Why is it called
to
a
the end of the
tree?
queue. Those pillars now around the other side look quite, we can see they're all different colours.
Daddy,
That's pretty awesome. I wonder how they've done that. I'm guessing that's uplighters.
Daddy, Daddy, I just managed to get a glimpse of the tree there while we were in that line. And guess what it's called?
What?
Schoolgirl climber.
Schoolgirl climber.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You're not just making stuff up.
No, it wasn't actually there. It was there. It said schoolgirl climber.
I mean, people do climb on trees a lot sometimes, especially if you're a certain summer.
Yeah, they do climb on trees a lot sometimes. Lydia climbs on trees a lot all the time if she sees trees.
Mind you, it
Lydia having
wasn't
issues with the
on-
lights.
Admit your heart, like,
What is it?
Back here. You were
Right,
walking
so-
in like mud. The mud was all
Look, it's so
scrap-
close. Gate's just there. We're not there yet.
Daddy, look at that tiny
I think
robotic
it's
thing.
just the light strobe.
No, we don't need that. I've just noticed they've got like festoon lights all the way along as well. I hadn't noticed that before.
I know this is like a
So-
question that shouldn't really be a question, but like, why are they naming the trees?
Well, it's about trees and having like their own individual juice. They're treating trees like people, so it would make sense to have names, wouldn't it? Wow. Okay, so right, so we're finding out now what the source of the smoke is. Right, so we've got like a smoke laser show here. That's quite cool. Look at that.
I'm short, so I
That's
can't
stunning.
see.
Well, it's like something out of like, I don't know, maybe like a sci-fi movie or something.
I'm too short,
That's
I
pretty
can't
awesome.
see it.
There's more of these like, it's like light up spaghetti.
Vines.
You call it vines, do you?
Yeah, because
They're pretty cool.
they do actually look like vines. I know there's like
Has anyone
no.
ever seen the music video to I Believe in Life After Love that Cher did? Her hair looked like that.
I know this is like.
Don't know if she had something in her
I
hair.
don't know. I know this is like not a thing in life, but those do look like vines. However, vines do not look purple and see-through. They look like a really ugly green.
Right, so we come over here, hoping to show you. See, look at the mist. That's pretty cool.
My eyes! Have you seen how bright those lights are?
You can't miss them, can you?
They're terrifying.
That's quite cool. Look at that. Wow.
It's a tree.
And look, this is actually more spectacular than I'd imagined. Look at that. Hang on, let's see if we can get. Look at that.
Look at that. They had turns green in the
That's
smoke.
pretty cool.
Daddy, look, they had turns green in the smoke.
It's got a funny kind of smell, and you can kind of taste the steam. I don't know what it's made out of. The visuals, though, they're quite spectacular. You can play with your breath. Wow.
Look at that.
That's nice. Look, you can see the little bobbly lights around now. It must take ages to set this up. That's stunning.
Daddy,
Look at that.
Daddy, look at those.
So,
Spinning light bulb things.
like I say, the idea of this whole dreaming trees thing is to teach people about trees and their importance to the world, and the fact that they kind of have personalities and things like people. So, which is something I suppose it's going. Some people are going to go, well, it's a bit weird. But even if you don't like see things in that way, which is fair enough, some do, some don't. The effects, you can't argue with them. I mean, look down there at the bridge on the water. The effects on the water there and through those trees. Even if you don't kind of get the whole trees dream thing,
Daddy,
you can't deny the beauty of the whole thing. It's stunning.
Daddy,
Look at it.
Daddy.
I have no doubt that when people watch this back when it's not live, the quiet bits like the queue, you guys will probably skip. Because if I was watching this back and I had some bloke in the queue, I'd probably fast forward the queue too.
Daddy.
So if it wasn't a live stream, it's the kind of thing I would say, oh, but look at that. We've got the lights coming down the waterfall.
Dad.
And it goes all the way along the water. That's stunning. It's a shame because obviously I'm doing a live stream it's on my phone. If I'd have had my proper camera, I'm pretty sure it would have done the colours better justice.
Daddy.
But I can't do a live stream on a regular camera. I don't have the ability at the moment anyway.
Daddy.
And you can hear the church bells. Because there's also a war memorial here. Look at that. Watch it change colour like that. That's so cool. Julie, yeah, it is very pretty. Very pretty indeed. They did this around Christmas time too, but this one's free. The one they did at Christmas time, they were charging people to come in, and I think, if I remember correctly, it was like 10, 15 quid a pop. And so we couldn't come to show you the Christmas one, unfortunately, but I can show you this one. They did it around Christmas time last year. That's when last year's was, and that one was free as well, so I'm not sure why they charged this year. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if it's the thing,
Look at that.
but I heard on YouTube that,
Festoon lights.
like, some trees do actually, like,
That is stunning.
I know this has, like, nothing to do with, like,
Yeah.
this, but, like, I've heard that trees drink sap, like...
Yes,
like,
hello to you too, Julie. If I'm correctly, you're the lady who messages me from Australia, aren't you?
like,
Charlotte's never quiet. I do apologise.
hey!
I'm liking the whimsical music.
Fruit!
Wait a minute, yes. What are they? These are mushrooms. Okay, so you've got light up mushrooms now. That's pretty awesome.
I don't know if, like, this is a thing.
Right.
I don't know, it kind of looks like really weird water fountains.
Yeah. So the mushrooms are over here.
I don't know why children are trying to poke it.
Now, I don't know if you guys have been watching this from the beginning or not. If you have, you'll have heard my small, brief history snippet on how Davis Park came to be a park. If you haven't heard about it, then you can always go back and watch the video when the live stream's finished. But we're coming up to the other end of the park now, so what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to show you the one bit left of that house that Mr. Davis tore down after being so mistreated by Jurat Fall and punished as a child. It's now, as I said, it's now called Howard Davis Hall. You can hire it out for events and do's and things. You just have to Google Howard Davis Park and you can find the website for it. But and they've got the bandstand over there, because I do have bands over here sometimes. We've had Will Young in there.
Can I ask you
But if we come over this way for a moment to the main grass area, I'll just show you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, what is it, Charlotte?
I know this is like a really
Right, so
I don't understand how this place can be like so special just because of a person, just because of two people.
right, so the building over here, you can see in the distance, that's Howard Davis Hall. That's a bit you can hire out for events. That's the only bit left of the original Howard Davis, or the original main building that was here, because like I said, this would have been the main grounds, and that house is all that remains. That piece of building there is all that remains of the original house, because Howard Davis had it torn down stone by stone in a retaliation to what Jurat Fall did to him those years prior when he was a child, locking him in the cellar, getting him to clean his shoes as a punishment for being on his grounds he wasn't supposed to be. Ironically, also, it was Jurat Fall's daughter who sold the building to him for him to demolish. But, right, so what we're going to do is we go up to the main bit here where the main entrance would be. We work our way around this way, is what we'll do, and then we'll work our way back out to the way we came in. Right, let's see what you... Okay. Oh, Julie, I haven't been here since 1987. Right, so you remember Jersey the way I remember it when I grew up. It's a shame it's not like that now. And yes, Julie, Charlotte is enjoying it. She enjoys everything. She's borderline hyperactive.
Mind you, when we come home, we're gonna have some fish and chips and play 1980s Trivial Pursuit on Mummy's and Daddy's bed, which is typically on the floor, and mind you, Mummy's back is shib. So
Don't talk about Mummy's back. Right. So yeah, no, 1987. I would have been 5 the last time you were over here, Julie. That would have been back in the days when like Fort Regent had cable cars. Humphrey the Lion. They had shows. There was like more hotels than flats. Now it's definitely the other way around. The thing is, as you'll probably notice, Julie, if saying that you used to play Trivial Pursuit, is that the Trivial Pursuit I have is the 1980s one, because if you were to ask Erica, who's just behind me, the thing about me is, I'm going to switch it around for a moment. The thing about me is that if you ask Erica, who's just there, she'll turn around and tell you that I never acknowledged the end of 1989. So as far as I'm concerned, it's still the 80s now. But the music was definitely better than the modern stuff. Yeah.
Blaze wants to look at the stalls.
Right. The what? Right, so there's stalls. Okay, I've just been informed by Erica there's stalls here.
Daddy.
Yeah, Julie, you are right. St Albert Pier. The main terminal building was demolished last year. The States decided it wasn't needed anymore because we've got Elizabeth Terminal. So because most people come in through there, and because the car ferry doesn't actually fit Albert Pier anymore, it's too small, they demolished it. They've turned it into private parking spaces. So where the terminal once was is now private parking spaces. But many a person came in through there, including John Nettles every time he came over to visit to film Bergerac, as I mentioned in the video. So yeah, see this little building here, if I turn the camera around, that's all that remains of that house. That's it. So the rest of it was completely demolished. This is T.B. Davis. This is the man who bought this house and pulled it down, I think. Is it? I might be wrong. Let me check first. I'm giving you information. I'm not reading the signs first. That's amateurish. I do apologise, guys. No, it's King George. Right, so that would be what my granddad said was the last good monarch of the United Kingdom. He didn't like Queen Elizabeth. King George dying before my time. I'm not so sure. I don't know much about the man. I think Queen Elizabeth was all right. I think the royal family get a lot of stick. I think it's quite easy to give somebody who's in the public eye a lot of stick. The kids are at the stalls. All right. So the kids are at the stalls at the moment having a look at what's going on. We'll head off down there. Hang on a minute, switch it. There we go. Where the arrow is there. We'll head off down there in a moment. But you know, it's like with children, they see stalls and that's it, they have to have a look. So I think Charlotte or Blaze are after a spinner, is what it is. So let's have a look. So, what's going on here?
They're selling light up things.
Light up? What, Blaze and Charlotte want a light up thing, do they?
And Lydia. I can't ask Blaze, I don't know where
Lydia,
he's
a bit
gone.
better now the spaces have opened up. Right.
Curiously.
So, anybody who's not sure, the reason that Lydia's been so quiet, she's quite camera shy anyway, but the reason Lydia's been so quiet is because Lydia has quite bad claustrophobia when it comes to being surrounded by a load of people. So when we were coming through here before, and we were in the big tight queue and everybody's packed together, kind of makes her feel really uncomfortable. So she's now calmed down a bit because the area's opened up, but it's the same reason that Lydia won't use elevators. The perils of being autistic, they affect you in different ways. So yeah, there should be a video coming up probably, I'm hoping to do it later on this week. I don't know if it'll come out on Sunday or not, and I'll go through with you what we've had to do as far as moving to the UK is concerned, so kind of people can understand the procedure. I did say I'd do that, but for now we are definitely waiting for everyone else. who are over behind me still at the stall, with the exception of Blade. He's trying to escape the camera. He's so funny. Right, Charlotte's got a light up thing. What have you got, Charlotte?
Flail it around. Flail it
I was
around.
wondering,
Should we flail you around?
Please don't.
Julie, how David's Park looked like back in the 1980s?
How does that work, Blade? Charlotte?
I don't know.
Oh, you got to
that's
pull.
how. It was
Okay.
stuck in the...
Right, so Charlotte's got a flick. Let's see that. Oh, that's quite cool. What's Blade's got? Oh, hers is fibre optic. That's quite cool. Look at that. And Blade's got one.
I wanted to know, curious.
Lydia's after food, I take it.
He's getting us a coffee and a tea.
Oh, see, I get a cup of tea.
I want to know
Lydia's got a
magic.
wristband.
Right, okay.
I
Cool.
want to
It
know.
changes colour
Right.
with the trees. In
What?
Here, it works with the trees.
It interacts with the trees.
Yeah, and then when you get home, because you're not here anymore, you can change the colour on its own. It's really
That's
cool.
quite cool.
Do you want a wristband, Stephen?
No, that's all right.
Curious.
Right, so let's have a look.
Julie.
Ah, Julie,
How? What?
big Bergerac fan. They play the series every year. Yeah. The problem with the Bergerac episodes you see now is they're not. Pardon me. They're not the original ones. Hang on, switch it back round. Yeah, the problem with the Bergerac series now is that they do re-show it on TV. I think it's on yesterday. But the thing is that they're not the original episodes as they were filmed, because BBC are being quite sensitive to certain things. So they don't show anything between series 3 and series, I think it's 5, because the Bureau des Étrangers, which is where Bergerac is supposed to be working, was in Pearson House. Pearson House being, of course, Haute de la Garenne. And with all the stuff that happened there, the BBC decided not to show the episodes that have him at Pearson House. So you can see series 1, where Bureau des Étrangers is actually inside what used to be the original Public Library of Jersey, one of the Park Estates building. Series 2, you can see that one too when they've moved it as well to somewhere else. I can't remember where it is in series 2. And the latest series, I think it's series 5 onwards, it might be a bit later. It's in another old building which has recently been closed down by the States. It was another States building. It was for Transport and Technical Services at the time, but that's now boarded up and is scheduled for demolition. So, yeah, they're cut severely short. There's also a couple of episodes where they've actually cut them short because they've had to, because obviously it was originally aired on BBC and BBC don't have adverts, so they also cut bits out to fit in the adverts, which is why sometimes you'll see a bit and you have an advert and you'll come back and then it doesn't make sense quite and you have to kind of piece it together a bit, just because it's a channel that has adverts, even though BBC don't. But interestingly, it makes no sense because the UK TV network, which is like Drama, Yesterday, Alibi, and there's some other ones, they're all still owned by the BBC, so I don't know why those have adverts and BBC don't. It also throws into question, should we be paying a TV licence? You know, the TV licensing argument's been going on for ages. That's anybody's guess. Well, hang on a minute, Charlotte's back.
Well, I just wanted to know, curiously, Julie, if you could just put a short comment of what this used to look like back in the 1980s. Because it
Charlotte, in the 1980s it looked the same.
Yeah, but I just...
The only difference between how Davis Park now, yeah, and how Davis in the 1980s is that in the 1980s you were allowed to play football on the grass and now you're not allowed, and you were allowed to walk your dog around here and now you're not allowed. So you can only walk around here and look. That's all you can do
Also,
now.
I
I don't
did-
think you're allowed picnics here anymore.
Also, I did notice
Yeah?
that you can actually change it, which is kind of cool.
Right.
This jersey doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Mummy just showed me that. Lydia got one. Oh, Blade's got something to show us. What is it, Blade? What's he? Go on in.
Don't wait your one.
What's Blade want to show me? I think that'd be an even cooler effect if it was darker. Not right in the camera, Charlotte. That's not yours. Right, so she's a menace. Eric is trying to get coffee because she's obsessed with coffee. There she is, look. It's very pretty here. I'm waiting to show you the other bit, but Eric is taking all my life.
Do you want anything except from tea?
Right, so we going down the other bit now? It's taken 20 years.
Not getting.
Because you've been queuing for ages. What's taking so long anyway? Ah, right. So we're going to head down the other bit now, show you the rest of these dreaming trees. The kids have got their lights up stuff and things. I'm quite impressed they've lit up King George. I'm not so impressed. I thought King George was Howard Davis. I'm a twit, I'm a plonker, and I apologise.
Daddy, I've noticed that if you
Right, yes.
upside down, it kind of looks like a singing thing, and it looks like a disco ball.
Right, yes, Julie. You're referring to what they used to call in 87, they called it the Duck. The little boat that looked a bit like a bus that drove across to Elizabeth Castle. They do still have those. Not the same ones they had in the 80s. They've been retired now. They've got updated versions because the castle's owned by Jersey Heritage. Also, I'll switch this around for a moment. What's quite interesting is that if you don't know if you remember your visit to Elizabeth Castle, but if you did visit Elizabeth Castle in the 80s, Claire, I'm imagining Julie maybe did. They had as you went in, there was a little building, and it told you about Florence Nightingale and stuff because she did some hospital work in Elizabeth Castle in one of the buildings over the years. That building has been in disrepair and unable to have people go in it for safety reasons for the last 25-ish years, might be 30 years even. They've actually managed to get the funding now to do it up, so that bit's actually going to be reopening at some point. So that's nice that the castle is actually going to be as open as it used to be, because there are bits that were open in the 80s that have since been shut. It's the same for Gorey Castle. That had a lot of wax figures in it in the 80s. Displays like that with voice effects and stuff, like the characters were talking to each other, as did the German Underground Hospital, as it's called. They're now called the Jersey War Tunnels. All that's been removed now. I think Jersey War Tunnels recently have put a few new ones in. I might go around and do Jersey War Tunnels for you, because it fits in with the HO tunnels anyway, because obviously it's HO8. So I might do that for you guys. But yeah, definitely worth coming over. Be interesting to see if the bit of beach you were on then, Julie, is actually still there, because a lot of that beach is now the waterfront complex, and a lot of that is supposedly being redone and shut down. So, and what isn't being redone and shut down is apartments that are quite swanny. They're the kind of apartments you walk in and there's a bloke who greets you at the desk and asks you why you're there, and then decides if you're allowed to actually be in there or not, and if you're not, politely tells you to sod off. So anyway, if I switch this around, I can show you some more of these trees. Look at those. It's quite nice with the old houses in the background too. Waiting for Erica to catch up again.
I found a sign back at the beginning, and it was actually like really like interesting.
Right. So we've got. There's not as many lights over here, but if you look in the distance, the way it looks over there is quite cool. Yeah. I see. This is the thing. See, I remember Jersey from the 80s, but the Jersey I remember from the 80s is purely within my head. I don't have photos of Jersey in the 80s like of me. Not because my mum didn't take photos, but because during the main part of the 80s, like I said in 87, for instance, when we were talking about before, I said I was 5. Pardon me. And the photographer within our family was my dad, but my dad was also a drunk and an alcoholic, which led to my mum and my dad splitting up. And when my dad left, he took literally every photo of me as a child with him. So I've never actually, bar like 2 or 3 that my mum had printed, ever seen any pictures of myself as a small child, because he had them all on slides and he took them with him. I don't know what happened to them after that, but yeah, so Jersey from the 80s is very much a case of what I remember, and I remember a lot of it quite clearly. Some of it I don't. I definitely remember the music, which is why I have too many records. I've often wondered whether it'd be worth sharing like my vinyl collection stuff with you guys, but I wasn't sure whether it would bore you because it's not really to do with history. But maybe one day I'll just randomly show you my record collection, just because. We'll see. Right, I'm not sure what's up with the light up cubes, but they are quite cool. I'm not sure Erica's got to either. She's a bit further behind. So, and we've actually lost Charlotte for the first time today. Where's Charlotte gone? But there we go. Anything to be sorry for, Julie. It happens, you know, life's life. So, you just carry on like we're doing when we move to Yorkshire. So, if anybody is watching from the UK, because I know Julie said she's from the UK, is anybody else watching from the UK? I'd be interested to know what areas of the UK you're in, like whether you're in like the south, southeast, southwest, whether you're in West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, Kent, Humberside. Because obviously when I move over to the UK, I'm going to be looking to do have adventures and historical things to show you guys over there, and I don't know anything about the UK, so we'll if any of you want to leave me ideas of things I could do films for you, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, Julie, no worries, you go feed your cats. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel. You've been one of the ones who've been supporting it since the very beginning. It's really appreciated. But right, so we've got some over there. Lydia's back, and she's looking much calmer than she was before, which is good. I'm going to guess the waving flashy light in the background. Yes, that is in fact Blaze. There's Blade, and Charlotte's with Mummy. Hello, Blaze.
Did you know you can change the setting on this?
Well, no, because I don't have one. How does it work? Okay, so you can have a specific colour or all the colours. Is that how that works?
Can I show you all the different modes?
Right, go on then. Okay, right, red, green.
All sorts of beautiful.
It's kind of fading, isn't it?
Yeah, fades between the colours.
Right.
Yes, rainbow. Pretty,
Okay,
isn't
literally multicoloured, flashy red.
Red.
Look,
Green,
if you...
blue.
Wow.
Daddy?
Okay.
Cool, right?
Yeah,
Can I borrow
definitely.
that from
This is
it?
my favourite.
Right. So we've got to go this way.
Can I show you
Right.
something?
Go on in quickly.
Can you put it like on the top of your head? It kind of looks like a hairstyle.
That's just weird. You're a nutter. Right, so we go this way round. I believe
What?
we're almost at the exit now, actually. So after, according to this 45 minutes, we've made it almost all the way around the Dreaming Trees, and it has been stunning. Look at this. There is one thing I want to do before I go, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to, or going to have time, more to the point, to come back to Howard Davis Park before we leave. So there's one other part of the park that we haven't been to yet,
Look at that.
and I just want to go there on our way out. So if we go down here, so just come down here for a moment. Right, you see there's a bit of the park here that's in darkness. This bit's not been lit up for a reason, it's out of respect. It's the war memorial section to the park to those who died defending Jersey and in Jersey during World War I and II. And I know you can't see the tombstones and the crosses. You might be able to faintly see some of them. But I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that the memorial is actually here, and acknowledge the fact that it's because of people like this that we're here and we're able to do whatever it is we do. And big respect to the people who've done that. That have the integrity and the, what's the word I'm looking for? The courage to stand up for what they believe in. So anyway, as we make our way out, and you can kind of gradually see my face, I'll turn it around because the road's all lit up. There you go. We've made our way out now onto the road here, and the kids are behind me. So I'm going to come out here because we have the traffic light. I'm going to turn this around. Right, you should be able to see me and everybody else there now. So that was the Dreaming Trees in Howard Davis Park, and a very loud Charlotte. And we'll see you next time in whatever video I end up doing. But until then, you guys have a nice evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care of yourselves.
Don't forget to comment.
Yes, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Charlotte gets salty otherwise.
Yes, I will.
See you later.
Bye.
You guys see that guy?